joined Demonic Resurrection in March 2002. It's been about 10 years that I've been in the band. The journey has been wonderful for me. Being a teenager, growing up in a metal band was one of the biggest dream then, and I've enjoyed my time thoroughly in the band, going to places, meeting a lot of people, connecting with a lot of fans and stuff. It's been wonderful since then.
The first time that I ever met Husain, it was way back when I was in college and I'd gone for my accounts tuitions, and that's where I ran into Husain. And he was talking to this friend of his called Brendan about how cool the Metallica song I Disappear was. And at that time, being a slightly more educated metalhead, as I would like to call myself, I sort of looked at him and said, dude, what is the shit you're listening to? Let me give you some real music and give you some Dimmu Borgir and some Cannibal Corpse and stuff. And that's kind of how we got to know each other, and we kind of became friends. And after that, Husain actually started to learn guitar from me. The story goes that DR used to go to this festival in Bangalore every year called NLS, and in 2001 we were unable to go because our drummer was not able to come because of his parents, and I decided to form another band called Reptilian Death. So I had a friend who played guitar and I couldn't think of anyone to play bass, so I called Husain and said, hey man, why don't you play bass? And that's kind of how Husain started playing bass.
I first in fact saw DR live at Independence Rock 2002. That's my first rock show also, you could call it, and that's when the lineup used to be Demon Stealer, Viru on drums and Husain on bass. That was my first, not really a meeting of sorts, but that's the first time I actually saw him on stage perform. Later, not that year but the next year, 2003 early, I think in Jan, is when I officially turned up for a DR audition, and it was Demon Stealer and Husain, and that's where I met him for the first time. He came across as a very confident kind of a musician. It was my first interaction with someone who actually plays in a band, and I was kind of completely excited about the whole situation.
So my first impression of Husain as a player and as a musician on stage was that of a very intense personality who had a great stage presence and a great performance live.
When Demonic Resurrection went through a lineup change in 2003, it was kind of the obvious choice for me to get Husain on board because I had been with him in a band for about a year. He was really committed and he was very... he was becoming good on stage, so I felt he was the right choice for Demonic Resurrection at that point.
He had a very energetic vibe on stage. He used to be, all over the stage, running here and there, and like that whole energy in the band used to reflect from his performance on stage.
Husain's not just a bass player for Demonic Resurrection. He doubles up as a tour manager when we go on tours. He does booking for us, so as a booking agent he doubles up. So he doesn't just add to the music, he does a lot of other things, so that's what he means to DR.
I'm leaving Demonic Resurrection because I have a few personal and family commitments that I have to live up to, due to which I'm not sure if I would be able to tour and record that often, so I've decided to move on. I plan to take on definitely the business part of the band forward, and that has really attracted me in the last 10 years, so I think I'll do a good job at it.
Husain's departure from DR is not what I would call something that normal bands go through when they lose a member, because for us, I think Husain has always been really committed to Demonic Resurrection, and even while he can't necessarily tour with us and be a full-time musician or a bass player in DR, he is still very committed to the band and seeing that the band gets ahead, the band gets success, that the band does well.
I've known him for almost a decade now, and with so many years you tend to become like a family, like a really close friend, and he's not really not going to be part of the band anymore. He's going to be doing the business side of things, which is a great thing. It shows the kind of commitment that he has towards the band.
So I'm not really leaving Demonic Resurrection, I'll still be around. I'm just handling a different part of the band, so cheers and stay demonic, man.